Hey everyone, my name is Theodore Vega, and I am brand new to this channel, and I'm very excited to be part of this collab. And along with Steven, I'm going to be posting videos every Tuesday. And I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of information about myself before I get into this week's topic. So I'm 16 years old, and I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. My gender is very fluid, and it changes quite often. I'm non-binary trans, I'm not binary trans, and right now I'm kind of leaning towards the term genderqueer, but like I said, my gender is very fluid and it changes quite often, so I never really have a term that kind of covers it all the time. My pronouns are they, them, always they, them, and also sometimes they're he, him, but if you are unsure, then just use they, them, and that's completely fine. I'm pre-everything. I'm still at this point unsure if I want to transition surgically or hormonally at all, but it's something that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about it, and I'm also biracial. I am half Chinese and half white, half mostly Irish, with a little bit of English and Dutch thrown in there. So onto this week's topic, which is how to deal with in general looks and comments, rude things that people say in public, questioning your gender, like is that a boy or is that a girl, kids asking their parents what is that person, things like that. So I think it's pretty obvious that I present generally on the feminine side of androgynous, so I don't really get any of these comments. I don't really get any strangers in public kind of questioning my gender. Everyone really just kind of assumes that I'm a cis girl, which that's just the way it is, but I don't get those kind of strange looks. I don't get anybody asking, well, are you a boy or are you a girl? What are you even? In like social situations, if I'm at school, if someone in my class misgenders me, or if I'm like hanging out with a bunch of people and someone that I don't know very well misgenders me, then I'll likely correct them. I'll likely say, actually, I'm not a girl, and I'll give kind of a brief description of what being non-binary is. And sometimes people are totally cool about it, depending on like how much they know about gender, what their understanding is about gender. But a lot of times when I correct people and I say I'm not actually a girl, it kind of throws them off, I guess, and depending on how much they know about gender, like I said, they'll say, yeah, that's totally cool, or that's really strange, that's really weird, that's like, what do you mean, like, what even are you, like, what do you mean you're not a girl? A couple of times I've gotten people saying, yeah, you're a girl, what do you mean you're not a girl, you're a girl? And to that, I'll explain it a little further if I can. If I feel really uncomfortable, if I feel really unsafe, I'll find a way to get myself out of that situation. But if you are getting comments and weird looks, weird stares in public from strangers that you don't know, then you can straight up say, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm non-binary, I'm agender. You can say, you can tell them what gender you are, and you can explain it a little further, or you can leave it right at that, and kind of depending on how comfortable you feel and you feel like they're going to react badly in a negative way, you can stare back at them. You can kind of stare them down if they're giving you like a weird look. If someone's like staring at you across a store or something like that, you can just stare them down, and that usually kind of gets people to leave you alone. You can say something snarky back. It's okay to be rude. If someone's being rude to you, you can be rude back, and that's okay. But I think it's really important to keep your safety in mind, because your safety and protecting yourself is the number one thing, the number one most important thing in these situations and in general. And I think lately anyways, there's kind of been this weird pressure, this new trend to come out and, you know, be yourself, be true to yourself, stand up for yourself, and that's cool, like, empower yourself, be true to who you are. But a lot of times that confuses people, and protecting yourself doesn't always look like cursing someone out in the middle of a street or something like that. A lot of times protecting yourself looks like turning around and walking away and getting yourself out of that situation, and that's completely okay. That is 100% okay to do that if that's what you need to do in those situations. And another thing that I wanted to touch on was I think kids are a little bit easier to explain gender to. I think they kind of just take it as it is. Some kids have questions, as do most kids, but depending on like their parents, if their parents have really like nailed it into them, the gender binary. For the most part, kids are the easier. I think adults are a lot more, they have strong, fully formed opinions for the most part, and they're a lot more willing to be aggressive and feisty. So like I said before, it's really, really important to keep your safety in mind, and your safety is the most important thing in these situations. And although standing up to someone and calling them out can be really empowering, having the strength to get yourself out of a situation that you're unsafe in is also really empowering. That's all that I have to say for today, and that's it for now, so I will see you guys next week. Bye!